Yo, we live. You're now listening to Volume 162 of the Bucket Up Podcast. Here with your boy Ty Doyle, a.k.a. DJ Buttersauce, a.k.a. Ty Lante, a.k.a. I be running out of your mama jokes, but just know she be hitting me up on the rag. And I'm here as always with the homie, the kid JB. Was good.
Whoa. Yes, put that down. It's me, the kid JB. Could have been right last week, a.k.a. Mr. Told You So. Not because I'm always right, but when I'm right, I tend to tell you so. Puff Armstrong in the building, lifting medically, herbally, legally. Also, adding a new one to the mix, call him Mr. Yo, as somebody said. You should listen to Jesse's podcast. It's very yo. So, shouts to...
What does that mean?
That fire description of the Bucket Up Podcast. But more importantly, man, I'm happy because I'm in the mix with my man, DJ Buttersauce, to, touch down on Volume 162 of the most organic, chemistry podcast that is the Bucket Up Podcast. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Bro, I am good, bro. Chilling. I guess living life. Riding out the rest of this pandemic. However much it feels like everything's coming to an end, but I feel like we kind of getting a little ahead of ourselves because yes, people are getting vaccinated. I'm half vaccinated. I know you still on a prowl for a vaccine, but I feel like most people I know right now are like some portion of vaccinated,
Yeah.
But I feel like there's still a big chunk of people who not.
Nah, and
a big chunk of people
they're not for the wrong reason too. It's not like a scheduling conflict like me. They have some conspiracies.
Like can't find it,
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? So I know it feels like we're getting back to normal, but I know want people to be cautious and stuff. But yeah, no, I've been chilling. We had a nice little park day. Yesterday we took Mari to the park. We're chilling with executive producer Trav and Aubrey. They're at the park too. We're all in there doing our social distance thing and all that still, even though, Katie's now fully vaccinated and, you know what I'm saying? They're also, partly vaccinated. So, everything's getting good. We good over here, man. How you been doing?
We're cool, man. If you listened to last week's pod, had a scare dehydration. Made sure to hydrate last week, get my water up. Feeling good, man. You know what I'm saying? Little moral boost. Uncle Jesse got my niece Emmy some cool socks, and she was vibing them. As we know, I'm the sock prince, so I had to get my queen something, you know what I'm saying? And, so shouts to her. And, man, I'm cooling. The week was kind of funny, man. It was a little bit reversed. Traditionally, my weeks are a little back heavy, Thursday, Friday with my football podcast and the football thing. But because of scheduling, we've been like kind of creating content at the beginning of the week. So like Monday was wild busy. I was creating content for the football, for the podcast, for my social media thing I do with Lance. Shouts to Out of Context. I did my taxes, bro. Shouts to Uncle Sam taking my shit. And
oh man, you had shit taken out, bro?
No, I'm saying throughout the whole year. He gave me my shit back.
There you
know what I'm saying?
Give
me
my
shit
for you, bro.
Dude, which is wild. That's real quick. Tax season, it was extended a month, because of the pandemic. But can we talk about how quickly the process is kind of funny? Like the government's like, yo, hey, you overpaid us, or possibly you underpaid us, and we're like, okay, let us know. They're like, no, you let us know. It's like, well, you said you said it.
Game for what?
Yeah. Okay. Well, here, do these numbers break down and let me know how much exactly you under or overpaid us. But bro, if you're the person I'm paying, why don't you do that for me, right?
Why don't you just tell me how much you owe me or how much I owe you? It's kind of like, it feels like a test, bro. It's like when your parents know you did something wrong and they ask you about it and they're just like expecting you to give the right answer. Like that's what that is. You know what I'm saying? They're like, hey, you owe us money. How much you owe us? And you're like, $20?
Or
it's like, wrong answer. Jail.
Your report card came. You're failing science. You're like, no, maybe, I don't know. And then that's pretty much what filing taxes is.
All right.
So yeah, I did that. You know what I'm saying? We out there in the mix. Some people watching some social analysis we do on the Bucket Up podcast. A funny trend that I've been noticing. But like we talked about on the pod, legalization of marijuana in Arizona and some other states, but where we rock, Arizona. And I've been going to the dispensaries before that, and on the medical tip. But this new thing, obviously, there's more people, so there's more customers and stuff like that. But this new thing that's happening, bro, is the wait lines have been getting longer. And this new thing is these people get to the front of the line and wait to get to the front of the line to complain and then dip. And I'm like, bro, you just waited all in line just to leave? Like, you're already there. You're already at the mountaintop. Just, like, finish the game, son. And it's weird because it happens, like,
what's the point?
Right. The last, like, 3 times I've gone, it's been like that. And that's what I was saying is leading to my next point is awkwardness. Like, feeling awkwardness through, like, vicariously through somebody else, I consider myself a little bit of a social confident person. So like, I feel like I don't feel embarrassment as quickly as others do, or like I can laugh off a situation that others would maybe get red in the face about or something. But on the contrary, I get caught up with other people in those scenarios and I'm removed because I feel like I can't use my powers, if that makes sense. So, for example, at the dispensary, they got this rule: no cell phones, right? And specifically because they don't want you to act like you're selling the shit to other people, like breaking down prices and being
so like take pictures and shit.
Well, you can't use your cell phone either while you're in there. So it's like they don't want you to be like, how much is an eighth? And then you're texting your friend, oh, it's this, like, which makes sense. I get it, but I've even been told, put my cell phone away, and I'm the homie at that spot. So I know like how cutthroat it is. But so there was 2 examples. One, I now can sense when people are getting to the front of the line, and here comes I need to speak to your manager. It's like, how we have the Karens and the Kevins of the world, but we got to come up with like a stoner one. Like it has to be like Keith or something, you know what I'm saying? Because they'd be like, I'm like, bro.
Chief Keith?
Yeah, Chief Keith. Because it's like, fam, you come in with the wrong energy. Like, you just waited, how old are you? Like 30? You just waited 30 years for your state to have legal marijuana. So I know you could wait in this line for like 20 extra minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, it's not that big a deal.
Right, don't act like something you've been waiting for your whole life. This is not a merit system. You haven't been good all week, so karma got to get you. Everyone's new to this shit. So yeah, now my new move, bro, is like I bring my headphones anyway, but if I can sense that, it's like a spidey sense. If I can sense that I need to speak to the manager, I'm leaving, I'm mad, I've been waiting this whole time, in go my headphones, and I don't even have to be listening to something, bro. I just start bobbing my head. Yeah. Look the other way. Like, I get awkward with it. It's funny because had this happened to me, I wouldn't, I would just roll off. I'd be like, oh, I'm not mad. All right, bet it's a long wait, right? Secondly, I'm in the spot.
Right.
And visually, like I said, you can't use your phone. And I know this. And if you're gonna, you could be a little hip with it, kind of be off to the side with it. This girl out here really price gauging and texting in between every answer. So she's like, how much is the eighth? How much is the quad?
Wow.
The half ounce? And the ounce. And so every time she's doing it, I'm getting like my heart's like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, put your fucking phone away. But I didn't have the social.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm not your captain. You could die on this ship, like I've been. You know what I'm saying? You die on this sword. So I didn't stand around to see if she got in trouble or not. But that's all I was saying is like the palpitations of external awkwardness. Have you ever felt that? Or you know what I'm saying? You'd be at work and somebody's like, somebody's fucking up, and the teacher, not the teacher, the boss is looking, and you're like, ugh, like my computer I wouldn't have got. You know what I'm saying? Like my computer you wouldn't have caught me slipping with my ESPN up on my computer. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's funny because I had like an actual similar situation that was like I wasn't at the dispensary, but I went to go get bagels from Einstein's. You know what I mean? And
Shouts.
like I haven't been really going. Yeah. I haven't been really going into like any spot. I was kind of been doing like pickups and shit. But I was just like, it was a random. I don't know. I don't remember if it was like. I think it was like last Saturday or something like that. I'm like, all right, whatever. I could just go in and grab a bagel real quick, like double mask up, be pretty fine or whatever. And so I walk into the Einstein's, and it obviously it's packed. And I'm like, fuck, I should have done the damn curbside. But so I order my food, and then I look. There's like a bald dude who's like he ordered before, like right before I did. And he has 2 kids, and like his kids got masks on, but he doesn't. And I'm like, what? What is the logic in that one? And so like he's just there, and like everybody's like standing around waiting for their bagels, and there's like a lot of people there, and so obviously it's a long wait because there's so many people. And the dude got his shit like right before mine, and I wasn't even waiting that long. And he just like he's like walking around pacing. Part of me is like, bro, you got a fucking mask on. Stop like walking around like in people's bubbles and shit.
Like you're Hufflepuff.
Like, you want to be. Yeah, man, you out here huffing and puffing and shit over a fucking bagel, bro. And it's like, and if you don't got no mask, like, I already think you dumb, but like definitely don't go in motherfuckers' bubble, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Oh shit, you ran into Bagel Boss.
And I'm like, all right, whatever. So he's just like sitting there, and he like keeps going up to the fucking like the people at the register, and he's like I've been here forever. Like it's like. Where's my bagel? Like, is it coming out soon? And it's like, bro, we haven't even been waiting that long. Do you see how many people in here? Like, you really think that, like, you don't think they would just have your shit ready if they could? Like, you don't think they're trying to get through this fucking rush? Like, are you fucking stupid, man?
You think these other people are not waiting for bagels?
Yeah. And he tried to be like, nah, I seen people come in and get bagels, like, who ordered after me. And it was like, bro, what did they order? Did they just order a pastry that they threw in a bag and then, like, you know what I'm saying? And then they dip, like, or did they order like the same thing? Like, did you order a sandwich, bro? Like, come on, man, don't be fucking stupid. And it's just like he's the only one kind of like everybody understands that. Yeah, it's busy, so it's gonna take longer for our food to get to us. And he's in there just like, oh, just fucking take it forever. And he's like, his kids are outside, and he's like yelling at his kids to be like in sight. It's like, one, you shouldn't have brought them. That's first and foremost. If you knew you had kids, this is when you definitely should be hitting drive-throughs or doing pickups. Like, instead of bringing them inside during a fucking pandemic. The shit is stupid. But yeah, and it's just like, people like that just make it weird for everybody else. It's like, everybody else understands what's going on, that these fast food workers aren't trying to, like, slack off and fuck us over, bro. They're just trying to get through as many orders as they can and, like, as quick as they can. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, that's all it is. You ain't got to be sitting in here huffing and puffing like somebody wronged you, bro. It's wild.
Especially when it's like what you're coming for. Yeah, I mean, what you're coming with is like, bro, you're coming here for a bagel. It's not like, at the very least your bagel is going to be longer than, you know what I'm saying? It's not like it's something where it's like, yo, I have open heart surgery. Can you come back and close my heart before I die? Like, it's cool.
Exactly. But yeah, so I'm with you. That shit's fucking annoying. Straight up.
Yeah, so then that's just kind of where I'm at, because there's like this, there's not like a responsibility to like contain these people, but it's weird that, you analyze their actions in your head, because you're just like, I'm not a perfect person, but I feel like I'm better than this person, just at least socially, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't think I like think of it like that, but then after the fact, like, obviously it's like I wouldn't do that because that's a dick move. So I just think I'm like, oh, I'm not. In some way I do think I'm better than them, but not in like, oh, I'm better than you. It's more just like that guy's a dick and I'm not a dick. So
or like I read stories about, like, I see people on social media be like, yeah, so I had this run in at a grocery store, and you know what I did? I didn't, I left all my items on the beltway or whatever. And it's like, all I read from that was you made somebody else's day inconvenient. Like, that doesn't...
Yeah, that's it.
That's not a cool story to me. Like, I sympathize more with the bag boy because I probably care with him, So,
exactly.
But nah, yeah, so that was like, my awkwardness throughout the week. And then, it makes you feel like it makes you like I mean, you have siblings, right? But like, when your parents are going at one of your siblings and you're just kind of like, hey, I'm on my best behavior right now. I don't know if you've noticed, but you kind of like suck up to, you don't suck up, but then like the next cashier, the next person you work with, they're like, hey, you're like, what's up? And you kind of get those extra 2 points just because you're not an asshole, and you're just like, what's up, bro? Like, hey, isn't it better to work with me than like not that guy, So, but no, yeah. So then, yeah, it leads me to
like, that's a situation of like,
yeah, exactly.
Oh my bad. I was gonna say that's a situation where like it's like, yeah, you want a cookie for doing what you're supposed to do, and like, don't,
true.
Like you shouldn't be an asshole,
Yeah, right. Yeah. But so then speaking of assholes, transitioning. I stepped out of my bubble a little bit. Shouts to my boy Danny. He's a snowbird. Shouts to being able to afford that lifestyle at our age. He has a spot here in Arizona and an apartment back home in Manhattan, and lives here in the winters and goes back to New York in the summer. So, shouts to that. He was like, "Yo, can we go out to dinner, man? I'm leaving. I want to see you. We'll do outdoor seating, blah, blah." I was like, all right, I'll compromise. So we go out the spot, Golden Pineapple in, what was it called? In Tempe. And mind you, it was funny, communication. He only picked Tempe because we had another friend that he thought confirmed that going with us, who lives in Chandler, so he wanted to meet in the middle. But the friend never confirmed, and it was a miscommunication thing. And he was like, Jesse, answer me this. I told him the reservations, and he hearted the picture. He's like, is a heart not a confirmation? I was like, nah, I think the heart is acknowledging that you made reservations. I don't know if he confirmed, but that's between y'all. So mind you, we get to the restaurant, and what's funny is I'm waiting outside. There's a stranger just waiting next to me, and I was just like, all right,
I feel like that's kind of misleading. I feel like that's.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree. That guy Josh he's my homie, but he's a little flaky. So. I said, nah, you're right. He's a little flaky, that guy, but that's why, that meme where it's like, unless my on the way doesn't start until you acknowledge it. So that's kind of what it was. I don't think, it was just, yes. People are flaky, so, that's why I do my own thing. But we get to the restaurant. There's this random guy waiting. I didn't know who he was, and it ended up being the other guest at the dinner, right? And it was just like, oh, hey, small world. We know the same guy. So shouts to my boy. I'm not going to name drop, but he I love him to death, but he's not the best at pairing people. Like, he thinks, like, oh, you're my friend, we should hang out, right? Where I think, like, there's a certain style between, like, knowing, like, oh, my boy Ty would get along with my boy this. Not just, you're my friend. Like, you have your football friends. You have your, everyone's got their own, like, fantasy football friends. They got their, their gym friends. Everyone got their own sector, right? So, like,
right, not everybody can like mesh with everybody.
Right, exactly. So it's a good. Your heart's in a good place because you just want the world to get along, but it just doesn't work like that,
Right.
So little PSA also for people, bro. Well, I'm not trying to say me and Ty are the podcast aficionados, but we've been putting work towards this for the last 4 years, bro. So put a little respect on our name. When you hear somebody has a podcast, bro, don't automatically okay, so long story short, I didn't get along with this kid that my friend was friends with, and it's all good. I put on my best face. But, we started talking about podcasts. What's the first thing somebody tells you when you have a podcast? Oh, you should have me on. I was like, bro, who are you? And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fam, that's no difference than being like, yo, you play basketball? I should be your point guard. Like, nah, like, I should, like, let me know if I can come watch or support. You know what I'm saying? Like, we do this. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like, chill. So, like, you can listen if you want. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can find a way to listen, but, like, don't don't discredit our work ethic by just being like, oh, word, y'all been working for 4 years? Let me bypass all that and jump on. Like, nah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's levels. So, with that, what's funny, dude, is just, you know, maturity, JB.
I mean, and
what's that?
Yeah. I would say, yeah, obviously, it's like, you know, it obviously depends on who it is, because it's like, if somebody I know for a while says something
True.
that, I'm more like, yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna get you on the pod. But like, if I don't fuck with you that much, don't be out here like, yo, oh yeah, you should have me on. It's like, I don't really know you that much, or like, how well you'd be on the pod. Like, what the hell we even talk about? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't.
Right. And also, like, don't act like you're so important that it's like, oh, wow, I just met you. You're right. You're the missing piece to my brand I've been building for 4 years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So then also, man, like, one man's trash is another man's treasure. And what I say by that is, like, I know some people do a really good job at, like, hyping up somebody. But if the hype to the person you're giving it to is not there, then it's not up to what you think. It's up to the person you're telling. So, like, you know, if I told Ty, yo, this guy, you know, this guy, he's a you know, a platinum country artist, and you'd be like, oh, that's cool, I don't really listen to country. And I'm like, yeah, but he's a platinum artist. You're like, cool, like that would hit for somebody that's into country, right? So, you know, they were telling me this lifestyle, this guy's story, and honestly, it's just like the way it was referenced or the way it was like perceived was not the way I took away from it. And just the whole night was just a little awkward, and I was just like, I don't want to be here. I'm just really not ready for restaurant. Like, I'm not ready for outward social gatherings. You know, like, I'm cool to meet with the people I know, but
yeah,
I'm kind of off this whole. But I also, again, that night was not for me. It was for my boys going away type thing. So, you know. And then I took an Uber for the first time in, like, you know, a year and a half. And the Uber driver, bro, holy shit. Like, I'm political. I'm a very politically outspoken person. This guy put me to shame, dude. I had to tell him to shut up. I was like, all right, man. Like, I get it. Like, it was wild, bro. Every 2 minutes, he kept going, check this out. But nah, check this out. Yo, check this out. Check that out. I was like, I get it. The system's wicked.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Also, I'm like, bro, like, I'm not the person who are like, you know, when they get into the Uber and they're just like, hey, like, I don't want you to talk, like, at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, people can obviously talk. Like, people are humans, man. People want to treat humans like they're robot. But at the same time, bro, if there's any time that we probably shouldn't be talking in an Uber is during a pandemic where that shit spreads from, like, aerosols, bro. Don't talk to me. Like, I want us to, like, barely breathe in this bitch on our way. You know what I mean?
Also, I'm like, I'm good at, like, you know, faking it till I make it. But when you talk about a movie that I think wasn't good, you could hear you can hear the honesty in my voice. And he was like, bro, did you see King Kong vs. Godzilla? I was like, nah, I saw the fights. And I feel like that's all that movie was. And he was like, nah, it was art and cinematography. I was like, I don't think that's what it was, man. And, like, I was like, I'm waiting for Mortal Kombat, though. And we started geeking out over Mortal Kombat, which is dropping next week. Super hype. So, but yeah, all in all, man, I don't want to enable the, you know, the stay at home and the homebody hermit crabness. But I just love my quarantine, bro.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to, like, interactions with people I didn't like that much to begin with. Like, that was, like, obviously, that's, like, the benefit of this was, like, yes, you didn't get to see the people you wanted to see, but you also didn't have to see the people you have to see regardless, even though you don't like them. Like, now you got to go back to that shit. It's terrible.
Especially when, like, yeah, half the time you're like, you know, especially like coworkers you don't fuck with, you have to, like, put up with, like, annoying jokes or, like, stories that, like, yeah, man, for the last year and a half or so, I've been, like, you know, evading that, which is nice because, like, you know, I don't want to say I'm, you know, I'm the coolest, I'm the best, but I know how to surround myself with people I want to, you know?
Right, yeah, that's all it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying these people suck, they're just, like, they don't really jive with me, you know?
Yeah. So, but yeah, nah. So I mean, I don't know, man. I don't want to like enable and be like, Mr. Told you so. I knew, But I don't know. I'm just kind of still staying at home, chilling.
Yeah.
But nah, I mean, so yeah, I mean, you said this week you did the park chill with Trav and them. Was there any outward engagement, or that was pretty much it?
Yeah, nah, that was pretty much it. I watched a movie, kinda. Did you watch any movies?
I want to say shouts to Mighty Ducks Game Changers dropped another episode. It was funny, bro. And that show's rolling, so that was my review. Yeah, just another episode deep. And then also I watched I tried watching, what is the thing on oh no, actually shouts to my girl, Joelle. She wants to get into The Simpsons after all this time. So we watched as a transition because she likes Family Guy. Yeah, bro. Shouts to that. So
bro, what?
I showed her the I showed her, good transition for me was I showed the Homer Simpson thing where he like loves Maggie and he, it just has a soft spot for Maggie. And then I showed her that. She's like, "Oh, that's really cute. Can we watch that?" I was like, "Yep." So
so random.
A good, like I said, smooth was the episode where Family Guy had the crossover with The Simpsons. So, good episode.
I don't think I saw that, but it's like 30 goddamn episodes or 30 goddamn seasons of The Simpsons, and you're like, well, I should watch that now. That's crazy. So my movie review, I actually saw this movie called Spontaneous that came out, I guess, last year. And it was pretty much just about this girl in high school, and all of a sudden, like, somebody in her class just, like, exploded, like, on their own. Like, there was no, like... Right, it sounds crazy. It was, like, no reason for it. The person just exploded. Clothes was, like, fine. It was just, like her inner thing, like, popped like a balloon type shit.
Her stomach? Like, she just came back from, like... public school lunch, because that has happened. Or you mean her physically?
No, like her whole being, like
okay,
her whole body just exploded, and like it just splattered like blood everywhere. But like that happened, and then like that was like it happened once, and then they were kind of like checking the kids out to see if there's like a reason for it, and then for no explained reason at all, people started just like exploding and shit. And they were trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. And they thought it was just like a curse or some shit or some scientific thing. Like these kids were exposed to something and that's why. And so they were like taking the labs and shit and like tested on. But like in the middle of this whole thing of like the people exploding, she was like, she found this guy who was in her class who she like really liked. And like everybody exploding kind of made him like get the courage to tell her like how he feels and shit. About like, that he liked her for a while, and then like, so it was like kind of like a love story in the middle of this like weird kind of sci-fi thing, and I don't want to like give away too much of the story behind it, but it was pretty much like showing how like life in general, like for whatever reason it is, people kind of like die, bro. Like people are here one day and then they're like gone the next. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it's like a car accident or disease or you know what I'm saying, freak accident. It's like there's no way to know when somebody's gonna be out of here. You know what I mean? So you need to like live your life to the fullest and type shit. So like it was just like kind of like this high concept way of like getting that shit across. But I feel like the movie. It was a little too. It was like much that like that's the meaning that you were trying to get out of that, and that's how they were trying to do it. But I did think that was like kind of like a cool way of like conveying that in terms of like it's just like a weird fucking weirdo idea, but I think it did convey it. I wouldn't say the movie wasn't like crazy good, but if you ain't got nothing to do, it's on Amazon Prime for free. So if you already got Amazon Prime, you can check it out. I would give it like, I don't know, like 7 out of 10 or what is it, 3.5 out of 5 bucket hats. You know what I mean? Check it out if you want. It got the chick from 13 Reasons Why I don't know what her name is.
Yeah, I didn't really get into that show, but that's funny that we talk about living your life fullest, as I was just like, yeah, bro, so I love staying home, fuck life, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Well, that was just like, you know what I'm saying, don't hold shit back, but obviously it's a little different when it's a fucking pandemic, but yeah, it's crazy. But then also the other, like, TV shows type shit I've been, like, watching. I know I try to save it for the other pod, but we haven't done one in a while. But I've been watching this show called Invincible, also on Amazon Prime. And it's another superhero show that's kind of like The Boys, but it's like, I don't know, it's in cartoon form. Seth Rogen, I guess, helped executive produce it. But it's like super duper, like, gory adult type shit. I can't really, like, explain it too much without giving away spoilers and shit. But I would say if you watch the first episode, you gotta wait until the end, because that's when shit kind of really pop off. If you want it, like, if you like superhero shit, if you like, you know what I'm saying, adult cartoons type shit, I would say definitely check out Invincible on Amazon Prime right now. But yeah, those are my reviews for the week.
Word, man. Shouts to that. Yeah, I know we're trying to keep it a little light on the pod today, so, you know, we try to not get political. So, you know, like we say, we political adjacent. Obviously, in the news right now, there's, you know, a little bit heavy with the continuous lack of accountability from cops, continuous, you know, death of unarmed black men, and the repeat cycle of, hey, let's hear the other side out, which is, you know, not where I lay. But, you know, people do a bad job, bro, of understanding where they put themselves in a corner, or they throw stones at living in a glass house, those type of things. And, you know, what happens, bro, is, and, you know, I fall short of it too. You know, we talked about sports fans before the pod, how you could back yourself into a corner and, you get punched in the nose or all that stuff. What happens, man, is, unfortunately, this country, the society, you know, we do this thing of dividing, right? Is it a blue dress or is it a gold dress, right? Pepsi, Coke, fucking red or blue Doritos. Like, we live in a opposite, right? NFC, AFC, you know, anything, right? With even social or political situations, you know, somebody dies, we got to find out, oh, why'd he die? Or was he unjustly killed and all that stuff, right? But what happens, man, is, like, you can't really get into a debate or an argument politically without it then stemming with a different conversation, right? So, you know, I go on wax, you know what I'm saying? I'm a proud supporter of gun control. I think that there should be rules and regulations to anything that could create harm to another individual. And I see that with my car being registered every year. I see that with at bars being cut off from alcohol if you've had too much. Even trickled down to weed, you know? They tell me, the government tells me how much I can have, and the government can't tell me. Yes, they can. They tell me. So, you know, that's it. So, there's that. So I'm a proud supporter of gun control, and I think the people that would apply rules of gun control would not have a fear of, you know, being still a good gun carrier. Just like I said, I'm a legal weed smoker. I don't think the rules of having a certain amount of weed, you know, impedes on my chance of being a good legal smoker, right? So with that being said, man, people often with this gun argument, or when a person's killed by the cops, what happens is they want to deflect and then go, yeah, I know this is sad, but what about this random guy on the street that was killing cops? I'll often pull back and say, well, how'd they kill the cops? And they'll say, yeah, he was shooting the cops. Isn't that crazy? You know, cops get shot by people more than cops shoot people. I say, okay, so we have random citizens shooting guns at cops. Right. That sounds like we have a gun problem in our country. Whoa, hey, time out. Whoa, no gun control talk over here. You're right. You brought it up, though. So how am I?
Which is not even true.
Yeah, I know. Nah, not at all. You know, they also forget about, like, stats. Like, you know, black people are 13% of this country. And they'll be like, you know, white people are shot by cops more. It's like, there's more white people. You fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but anyway, that's just kind of where I was getting at, bro. Is like, you know, I feel like stay on topic, right? It's like the Force. It's good or bad. You got to balance it, right? You try to turn a political topic into something to fit your narrative. Don't feel threatened or feel like that discussion is no longer up for debate. It's like when people will say, you talk about politics left and right, and people are like, I have 3 kids, and blah, blah, blah. And then you say something like, well, don't you want a better life for your 3 kids? And they're like, don't you dare bring up my 3 kids. You're like, I didn't.
Right.
You did, son.
You did.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just where I'm at, bro. Like, not everything has to be a this or that. We can work on policing the police while working on our citizens not also killing police. And,
right.
Unlimited seats.
I think the problem I have with that is more so it's like people talk in these circles, they argue in these circles, when like they acknowledge that there's like problem, like your defense for a problem that we have in this country is bringing up another problem we have in this country, and it's never ever about like solutions to any of these problems. You know what I mean? Like they're never offering solutions to the problems. They're more just arguing that everything is okay, and it's like how that's what it seems like the standpoint always is. Like, I see the ones where people are like, see, like, yes, black people getting killed by cops, but they're like, white people are getting killed by cops, like, too, if not more so. And it's like, bro, that's not like the smoking gun you think that is. Like, you're pretty much just admitting that they also are killing white people. You just don't care, which is insane. Like, why do you not care then? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the issue that we need to talk about, and like why that is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, should these people be dying, like, because they commit a crime? No, that's not how our law is supposed to work. You know what I mean? Whether you commit a crime or not, like, a cop shouldn't decide whether or not you die unless they're, like, in imminent danger. And the problem is they, for some reason, get to pull that car even when it's very obvious that they aren't in imminent danger. You know what I mean? And then these people just get on here and defend these people, like regardless of the context. And it's like, why the fuck do you think that way? You know what I mean? And I don't know if it's just like the amount of like, propaganda that we've had in this country, like all the how many fucking movies and shows do we have where like it's a cop and he's like, he gotta like fucking get things done outside the means of the law, and he gotta fucking, you know what I'm saying? Now, like, people are shady, so they trying to shoot at him, so they have to like shoot back and like kill people. Or like you watch these shows where they just like offing people and they don't really talk about that, like they just like murdered people just to like get one person. Like, does that make any fucking sense? You know what I mean? And like people don't separate that. That's just like fucking TV and a movie. Like, that's not how we want like an actual real world to be. Like, we don't want cops to be able to just kill people without like impunity. They're not supposed to be judges, jury, and like executioner. They're just supposed to like enforce laws. You know what I mean? It's just crazy.
Yeah, because like I mean, not to get down a slippery slope, but it's like what giving people too much power creates this slippery slope. Because like, what if like you get in an Uber, then it's like they're like, hey, I know I'm taking you to the bar to meet your friend, but I ran a background check. You're a bad kid. I'm driving you to jail. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, yo, like, just like cops shouldn't decide, oh, well, he was a bad person anyway. Because you can't run the fact, she thought the gun was a taser. And then the other people go, well, he was a bad kid. He kind of deserved it. So which one is it? Is it a mistake?
What?
Or he deserved it? And furthermore,
exactly.
Fuck out my face with all I hear about gun control, Jesse. The reason why you don't believe in guns is because you're not educated on it. Word? Well, if a cop who's been a cop for 26 years doesn't know fuck about a gun, then my simple ass ain't gonna learn within 26 years. So miss me with that education shit, bro.
But that's the thing. When you say gun control, it's not even like take away everybody's gun. Like, it's literally like, hey, maybe we shouldn't buy, like, anybody can just buy an AK-47 or a fucking assault rifle. Like, that just seems like, one, what do you need it for? And two, is like, why can any, like, and it's like, I'm tired of arguing about this because most people agree with us, bro. Most people want, like, common sense, like, gun control things, and it's just like people getting lobbied or whatever the fuck. And like, there's like a loud minority of people on the internet who argue against this shit. But it's like most people want like, common sense background checks and like not people having crazy arsenals of weapons for no fucking reason. You know what I mean? Like that's just pointless. You know what I mean? Like having a handgun is fucking one thing. But you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just like, why do you need all this?
And just talk about education. People just, it comes down to just this education from what you're portraying. Like, I don't know it all, you know what I'm saying? But like, people think that like a reduction of stuff is like a reduction of your rights, which is not true, because like, you think about even my work, bro, my 9-to-5 job, I work in financing. And there's these regulations you need in order to get the financing, right? Mm-hmm. And many could chalk up that them getting this loan is a pursuit of happiness, which is your First Amendment right. So, like, me telling this person, sorry, bro, you need proof of insurance in order to get this loan, that's not me overreaching his rights. That's just the rules. So if somebody then says, oh, you're looking to get this AK-47? Hey, my records show you have a current one and it's not registered. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. Because then what's the alternative? Well, I want 2 AK-47s. The answer should be, or the reply to that should be why. And if you can't give an answer beyond, well, just because I want one, then you should not be approved for one. Because there needs to be, I don't believe in right versus wrong. I believe in goals and approaches. What's your goal? You want to possess another AK-47? Right. Why? If you can't answer that beyond it's just what I want, then it's not enough for me. And I think it should be regulated.
Right. Because it's not like guns or cheese, bro. Like, you can buy as much cheese as you want, or you can buy as much milk as you want, but it's like, those things don't harm, like, other people, bro. Like,
Chris Rock, like, Chris Rock said it best, bro. You can buy guns all you want. They should make the bullets expensive. People would think twice about shooting people. He's like, I would blow your fucking head off if I could afford it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So.
But it's like, people act like it's everything else. Like, we can't buy, there's certain things you can't buy because there's harm to the public, you know what I mean? Like, you can't just buy uranium out of nowhere because it's like a harm to the public. Like,
you can't, bro.
You gotta regulate that shit.
You can't smoke a cigarette at a gas station, right? You're allowed to smoke cigarettes, right? But you can't smoke a cigarette at a gas station. You can't say bomb on a fucking airplane. You can't say fire in a movie theater. You can't even, like, bro, there's things that you can't do, okay? So stop acting like, hey, I should have the right to do this, have this death tool. Like, no, you sound stupid even trying to defend that, bro. Like, and you know how motherfuckers are like, so, hey, I understand Nazi rhetoric is bad, but, like, where does it end? I'm like, it doesn't. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't think a Nazi guy saying Hail Hitler and me telling him that he shouldn't be doing that is a slip to then someone saying, I can't say go Yankees then? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a fucking...
like, what are these... It is wild to me that people think that. Like, you think, like, people going after races is going to be the slippery slope to, like, you not being able to say anything. Like, what is in your head that you would even... That's your first thought when you see that. like what? Like, why is that even, like... You're like, hey, man, I know we're talking about Nazis, but what if this comes back on me? Like, bro, what? Why are you even thinking about that in this instance? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like you're telling me you're second next to Nazis? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, bro, like, that's kind of telling on yourself there in a way, you know what I mean? But
people be dry snitching, bro. I'm telling you.
I get so tired of this whole thing. Like, obviously, it's just all shitty because it's just like, now that everything's seemingly opening back up, like, all these shootings are just, like, increasing, it feels like. But it's like, even then, it's like, even when it felt like it wasn't every other day, it was just like things were happening, people were dying from cops, we just wasn't getting as much national news, you know what I mean? Like, we just kind of just living in this, like, weird spot where this just shit, either, you know, a black person gets shot by a cop, or there's a mass shooting every other day, and we kind of just brush it off because we're just like, we have to be numb to it because it happens so often here. But it's like, it only fucking happens here.
Because,
you know what I mean? Like, yes. We can't keep being like, oh, it's just normal, it's part of the world, when it's like, it only happens in our part of the world. Like, everywhere else is a far less often occurrence. Like, they got to be doing something. We got to be doing something wrong, and they're doing something right. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just annoying because it's just, I feel like it's more likely that motherfuckers gonna, like, get, like, I feel like it's more likely that these shootings are gonna stop happening because people get bored with it. Like, people be like, I mean, like, I could shoot people up, but, like, it happens so often, is it even a point for me to do it? Then, like, us actually doing something about it. That shit is sad, but, like, that's literally how it feels like. Like, it's like, You know what I'm saying? These crazy white kids are gonna be like, we need to do something else besides shootings because that's not like moving the needle any fucking more before we actually just like stop them by like legislating it. You know what I mean? Like that's how it feels right now.
Yeah, that's sad to think, bro. It's like, yo, Tide Pods ain't hitting like they used to. We gotta shoot up schools.
Like it's just gonna like the fad it'll be a fad that goes out of, you know, like I guess like popularity more so than us just like squashing it, and that shit is sad as hell.
Right.
But yeah, that's how I feel right now. Hopefully, I don't know. I mean, I would love to be proven wrong on that and we actually end up doing something, but I don't really know. Like, you know, once Sandy Hook happens, it's like, how does, you know, a bunch of little white kids get shot up in a school and nothing changed? Like, I don't know what's really going to change that shit, to be real.
Also, I know we're going a little heavy on the gun shit, but let me tell you something. At least we've been vindicated with the dummies that thought giving teachers guns would be an idea, because if a cop mistake a fucking Thule for a taser, imagine a teacher being like, I thought this was chalk. I'm sorry, I shot him.
Yeah.
You know, fuck
more
at it.
people, more reasons to fucking miss and shoot, you know, black kids or some shit.
Yeah. You better turn to page 5.
Yeah. Fuck
So,
that.
but yeah, I think we arrived.
Dude, you ever seen these funny TikToks where people are like how the Minnesota police is, and it's like them like going to cook and flip a pancake, but it's like a gun. They're like, oh shit, I thought this was a spatula. Or like, you know what I'm saying, they're going to brush their teeth, but it's a gun. It's like, again, you know what I mean?
Bro, but if a black person dare to even reach to scratch their arm, they're like, it was a gun, he has a gun, you know? It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, anything he has is a gun, but any gun you have is not the gun. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. But
where would that work? Where would that work my bad. Imagine,
what?
in sex, you pull out, I got a condom. It's like, that's a Snickers wrapper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, it would not fly, bro, at all, you know?
I thought I wrapped it up.
Nah.
You did it.
Yeah, I'm just sick and tired of talking about that.
Yeah, my bad.
But yeah, hopefully, you know, shit dies down. I'm just sick of talking about that shit. But I know we had another topic. It was like Kyrie, him saying shit about the N-word, but I think Bomani said it. He was like, I don't like when us black people talk about the N-word in front of white people. That's when they feel like it's time for them to hop in on shit. And
yeah,
like,
that's...
you right. Like, we don't have to do.
That's y'all.
You know what I'm saying? It's to each their own. You know what I'm saying? We all know what it is. Black people can say it. White people shouldn't say it. We all know why. We don't really need to be out here relitigating. If Kyrie don't want to say it, it's whatever. But respectfully, you know, everybody else is going to do what they're going to do. But yeah, I feel like we've reached the moment of the podcast, the songs of the week. Burn. What you got this week?
You know, shouts to the ladies. We out here with the feminism, and I'm not even putting her in the girl category. I'm saying she's top. She's top 5 rapper, not even female. I mean, I don't do that breakdown shit.
Oh, nice.
So Young M.A. going with successful.
A one word, 7 letters, successful, right? Or was it 12 letters? I forgot what it was.
I mean, that's a
big difference, I know.
It's 7 or 12. Like, so my man
just popped in my head. I think it's 12.
They're like, can I use it as a sentence?
Successful.
I know you.
C,
double the C, double the S. You successful.
FUL. Wait, is it 10? I don't know. Fuck it.
Young M.A. song of the week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So my songs of the week. We had some big fucking. Well, not big fucking, but we had a album drop early in the week. Young Thug announced he was gonna drop Slime Language 2.
SL2.
And I had to. I explained to Jesse before that it wasn't like, it's not like a Young Thug album, but it's more like a compilation album for the Young Thug label, which is Young Stoner Life. So it was not just him; it's all the people signed under him. Which, you know, the most famous person on his label right now is Gunna. So, you know, you have Gunna on there, you got him, and you got some of the other people that he run with. And honestly, I feel like they're so little. Like, they're so lower in name that, like, people probably don't know them, like, you know, Duke and Yak Gotti and all those people. But, yeah, the album dropped. There's some bangers on that shit, for sure. All of the songs with Thug and or Gunna on it are pretty much go. I know the big one that like is getting like a challenge right now is Ski, which is one of my favorites on there. I like Came and Saw a lot. I like was it Black or Diamond Dancing is fire, and I think there's another one. I think it just came out. Also is a good one off of there. So I would say check out those if you haven't listened to it yet. But yeah, my slapper of the week is Ski. And then my song that bang, I'm going to go with, hold on a quick second. What the heck? Okay. Yeah, my banger, I'm going to go with Moneybagg Yo and Big 30 with Go. I'm a big Moneybagg Yo guy. He feel like he's pretty hype. I don't really know if he's from. I don't know if he's from Memphis or somewhere else. I never really looked into that. He's probably from Atlanta, like everybody fucking else.
Moneybagg Joe.
Definitely. Hey, the homie. And then my song that bops, I'm going with "Life Is Changed" by K Camp and PNB Rock. I'm not a big PNB Rock dude, but I fuck with K Camp, and this song is pretty good. But it's like it samples the "My Whole Life Has Changed," the Genuine song.
Since you walked in, I knew back then.
What's
you were that special one. Differences.
Is that it? Differences. There we go. I
knew back then.
Yeah. So like it samples that.
Yeah.
And, like it's pretty good. So I would say definitely check that out. And then some of the other albums that dropped, Kenny Mason, who I've been a big advocate for over the past like year or so since I just found him. But he dropped like pretty much a deluxe edition of his album that he dropped last year, which was called Angelic Hood Rat. But this one's like Angelic Hood Rat Supercut. But there's some bangers on there that I heard some snippets a while before, but he finally put these on streaming. But he got A+ featuring Denzel Curry that goes. The shit is fire. And then the other one, he has a song with Freddie Gibbs called Much More. And that shit is my shit because it's all about saying niggas probably won't die for the squad, and it's like that's just what's up. And then the other album that dropped,
Angelica Hood Rat.
No, Angelic Hood Rat.
Oh, I thought it was like Angelica Rugrat. Angelica Hood Rat.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that'd be wild though.
That'd be dope.
You know what I mean?
Angelica Hood Rat. She's like, come on, Cynthia.
Like, that'd be crazy. He just really like Angelica. That'd be fucking funny. And then the other one that dropped was Conway the Machine came out with a new album because Griselda they just always make albums every like fucking 2 months or a month. I feel like they drop an album every month. Somebody from their squad. So I'm sure Westside Gun or somebody will drop next month or whatever. But Conway the Machine dropped an album called La Maquina. I don't know what the fuck that means in Spanish.
The Machine.
At all. Is it?
Yeah.
That makes that makes sense. That makes way too much sense. Of course I should have known.
It's kind of a layup, but
yeah. Yeah, right. I didn't think about it. But no. A lot of fucking bangers on there in terms of like I love the way he spits. He got a song called KD that's fire. He got one with 2 Chainz called 200 Pies that's good. He got Ludacris and JID on the track that's pretty good called Scatterbrain. SE Gang with like Benny the Butcher and Westside Gun is fire. But he got a bar on there where he was like, "Oh, I saw the chick that like did me dirty, broke my heart." He's like, I saw her on the back of the bus she had to watch the Rosa Parks, and I was like, "Oh, that's a bar right there." You know what I mean? Like the Rolls Royce, you know what I'm saying? The back of the hey.
And she watched it. It was parked. Yeah.
Yeah. While she was on the bus, bro. But yeah, he got bars. He's one of my favorite like rappers, like in terms of bars and shit out of Griselda for sure. But yeah, I would say check out that album if you into the more boom bap type shit. But those are my songs of the week.
Shouts to you, man. Shouts to that funny 1,000 Miles song that's on streaming now. I need you to find me the song where I think it's just a TikTok thing, but it's like they're sampling the "You Rock My World" by Michael Jackson.
I don't know. That might be a tick because there's so many like mixes, like the fucking Don Toliver No Idea over Aaliyah shit.
Okay, well then what? Okay, yeah, because I like those samples, and then there was one with the 1,000 Miles. Yeah, so I like those type of songs.
Yeah,
like
that one is Who I Smoke. So
yeah,
if people, I've been putting people on it. Katie heard it for the first time this week too, and she was like, "I love this. This is so." I'm like, and I tell people like, "Yeah, this dude's actually shot these people that they're talking about in the song," and they're like, "What?"
Who I Smoke,
like fucking
BB.
Vanessa Carlton. Yeah, it's like Jesus over a Vanessa Carlton sample. That's insane. But yeah.
Okay, so yeah, shouts to that. And then yeah, man, of course, shouts to the brands that be putting up with us. You know what I'm saying? Shouts to Sunday Scaries. They showing love. Their TikToks go crazy. They just got verified on Twitter and social Instagram. So, you know, we sponsored by a little verified, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's association. So shouts to them. Shouts to Daniel Phillip. Ice your wrist up. Promo code Bucket Up for 25% off. 30% off, 25% off with Sunday Scaries. Keep an eye out for a collab with Crumbles Cookies, as we'll be doing a visual breakdown for them. We got to check the roster this week, see what they're hitting for. Last week was a little... You know, y'all came with a little light. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like we shouldn't say that for a potential sponsor. It was good, but
nah, it's fine. Funfetti
I had cookies the last 2 weeks, so we were like, I'm not trying to eat cookies every fucking week, bro.
It was more of a health thing. It wasn't a y'all did your flame. I ain't lying. Y'all the number one cookie spot in the world.
Sounded good, bro.
Yeah, you're right. Because I mess with bananas and I mess with bread, so they together must be a good conglomerate.
Yeah.
Shouts to my niece, bro. She does a dance when she has a banana. I think you saw it. That's her thing. But nah, yeah, man. So shouts to that, man. So they know where to find us, you know. But they know where to find our plugs. But for the Buckets, bro, that's been new to the brand, you know, where can they find us? You know, shouts to you for putting up a week in, week out with me. But where can the audience mess with us?
Yeah, man. I'm not sure what you're listening to us on right now, but just so you know, we're on SoundCloud, which is kind of like our main squeeze. That's where we upload to, first. But we're also on Spotify. Make sure you follow us on there, so you make sure you get all the updates. You get the weekly podcast downloads into your weekly podcast thing. You don't have to worry about searching to find us every week. But also Apple Music, make sure you subscribe, because we up over there. And if you haven't yet, make sure you leave us a review. 5 stars would be nice. You can say something really nice, and I gotta look at that, because maybe if you said something nice, we'll shout you out on the show. And then also, we're on Google Play, we're on Stitcher Radio, and then also we on, if you want to see our beautiful faces, YouTube right now. We're working out the kinks, making sure we get the video up and trying to figure out and play with intros and graphics to start. So if you're rocking with us on YouTube, shouts to you. I don't know why you want to see our faces, but maybe you're more of a visual learner, more visual medium guy. I know YouTube is a big thing, man. A lot of people be on YouTube all the time. A lot of people, I think young people probably more so, but a lot of people our age too, like, they be watching YouTube more than they watch, like, regular TV, you know what I'm saying? So shouts to you if you fuck with us here. Make sure you subscribe. It's subscribe on YouTube. Maybe you like, subscribe, share around, you know what I mean? Yeah, all the shit, bro. But yeah, that's if you want to find us. And then if you want to interact with the show at all, make sure you hit us up on any of the social medias. On Facebook, we're just the Bucket Up Podcast. And then on Instagram, we're at the Bucket Hat Boys. And I'm going to say this for like the 4th week in a row. I still don't have access to the goddamn Instagram. Apparently Jesse's been locked out. We got to figure that out.
I'm going to do forgot password, and then I'll send you the shit. When you click forget password, and then it gets you the link or whatever. Okay, I got to do that.
Yeah. Okay. And then, if we're on Twitter, we're at Bucket Up Podcast. And then also you can interact with us on the individual level. I'm at Tylante, a.k.a. Meaty Pablo right now. And the homie Jesse is at JB Speaks. If you want to just talk to us, chop it up about shit about the pod, things you think we should talk about that you've seen throughout the week. Or if you just, you heard us talking about some shit and you want to either agree or disagree, hit us up over there. You know what I mean? I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Oh, and shouts to those showing love about the clothing line. People we got to get hats up. People hit me up about shirts. And last night at the football, my other job, my broadcast, somebody was like, yo, Jesse, I want to buy one of your hats. We don't have hats for sale. So I think he just is confused. But we're going to get some hats up for sale. So shouts for those showing love.
That seems like the no-brainer thing, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
A bucket up that says a bucket that says bucket up, but we just don't. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? We waited for the demand, and now we got it. But yeah, man, shouts to you, Ty, for putting up with me. Shouts to the Buckets, bro. But yeah, for the Bucket Up podcast, volume 162, we're going back to the lab to continue to cook this fire. But for the Bucket Boys, Bucket Up podcast, we out.
Cheer.